And in that regard, we have a long way to go. And this kind of actually goes back to something my wife Kate has said on many different shows with Straight Talk and over the last couple of years, a number of different shows. Any of you guys that listen to our shows on a regular basis, you'll certainly remember them, where she has talked about a number of social issues affecting us in America, and she's always brought it right back to home. What's going on in the home? It's mom and dad. It's apple pie. It's what are the roots? Where are these people coming from? Is it broken homes? Is it prostitution? Is it drug use? Is it theft? Is it all of these things that combine into all these backgrounds of these people? And then you get into the sexual and physical abuse and the drug abuse themselves at early ages and so on and so forth. Really, instead of yelling and screaming at each other about guns, don't we need to yell and scream about our core family values, what we're bringing our children up to come to understand is things like responsibility and awareness and integrity. Aren't these things a little more important than guns? Guns are just things. In fact, when I was at the police academy, my first firearms instructor basically put it into simple words for us. These are tools. They're tools of the job. If we were carpenters, we'd have a carpenter's belt. You guys are going to be cops. You got a cop's belt. Cop's belt has got his tools. One of them happens to be a gun. We're going to learn how to use these tools, and then once you're good and proficient at it, we're going to let you go and build some stuff. And make no mistake, policing is about building communities. That's what it is. That may not be what it is here, but that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Anyway, just going to finish off this article here. Eric just puts a little postscript at the end of this saying that he is not a gun owner because he says, I believe in peace and love and all that hippie shit. But I don't want to lose my right to own one should I feel it's necessary to defend myself. End of quote. And Eric, thank you for that post and that information, and it's a very thought-provoking article, absolutely. Then one of my Facebook friends, actually, Lawrence Lebo, awesome blues singer from good old Los Angeles, California, she put out an article today bringing up the point that, she felt that everybody was just talking about guns and guns and guns. Well, of course we are, right? We're all feeding into that media frenzy. Oh, it's guns, 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 guns. Well, she put out an article today about video games and young people. I know what you're going to say. It's the same thing I thought when I read the headline. I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Really? Video game? What's next? Somebody going to come out with a post that says, oh, it's rock music. It's the devil's work. Because there's still people that say that, right? Oh, yes, there is. You know it. I know it. Yep. Rock music. Ozzy Osbourne, what have you done to us? Yeah, okay. So again, getting back to the video game argument here, it's really kind of a diatribe on the exposure that, media and entertainment desensitizes us. All right? All these violent video games where you run around with a cartoon chain gun and you turn a bunch of cartoon monsters into hamburger, that's somehow going to make you want to purchase said minigun for $15,000 US, because we all have that, and run around your school chewing down all your friends because they don't like the way you dress or the way you have your hair. See, these kind of assumptions just aren't based in any kind of reality, which is why that's all crap. And I know. I'm going to have all kinds of emails tomorrow from credible PhDs all over the country telling me I'm such an ass and I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's okay, because this is Crash Talk and it's my opinion. That's right. So anyway, gang, it's coming up on 20 past the hour. We're going to go for our quick 2-minute commercial break, and I'll be back here annoying you, enlightening you, and all the other things I do to you in 2 minutes. Be right back.
Hello, my name is Daryl Keith Harris, and I'd like to talk today about Procast, the automated and intelligent entertainment industry database. This revolutionary new online system will completely change the way we do business in the film, television, fashion, and music business. This incredible new technology will also save so much time and money and put talent in the film, television, music, and fashion industries in the spotlight where we belong. Procast. It's new. It's something you can't get anywhere else. And it will soon be available to these industries, and I can't wait. For more information on Procast and the exciting future for our industries, visit www.goprocast.com. Thank you.
It's pretty amazing how one click of a mouse can make you move, groove, bust it, shake it, get down, get funky, and let your freak flag fly. Visa Debit is the safe, secure way to pay online. More people go with Visa.
Welcome back to Geico Radio. It's savings on the radio.
Call us, Steve. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I just got a free rate quote on Geico.com. Saved a ton, and it only took me 5 minutes and 12 seconds. I was wondering, is that some sort of record?
That's a good question. Let's have a look.
Not quite. Someone's got you beat by 8 seconds.
Still, I mean, that's quite fast.
Well, what if I told you I only use one hand?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We are HTLA Radio 1. You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. We will add your distinctiveness, your advertisers, and your sponsors to our own. Resistance is futile.
That's right. It's the way it should be, isn't it? Resistance is futile. Yep, no amount of guns is going to help you now. Good evening and welcome back to Crash Talk. You're listening to Crash Talk on HTLA Radio 1. You can check out all our great shows at HTLA973.com. And tonight's Crash Talk is entitled, of course, Guns N Roses, Appetite for Deception. And we're going to get into some of that deception here in just a few minutes. But just going back, just before the break there, we were talking about the old video games and young people, submitted to us by Lawrence Lebo. And, she thinks it's important to remember things like, that there are other reasons aside from guns that we need to be looking at. And I think for that point alone, thank you, Lawrence, for that, because that kind of lends some credibility to what I'm talking about, which is all this stop gun violence stuff. Well, before we get into the next little section here, I'm going to let you guys all in on a little secret. And I've done this now for pretty close to 2 years. Okay, I've been running a little test of my own because it's not like I haven't heard this argument before, right? It's the guns. Well, when I came to the USA and got my guns, I started my test. Yes, I did. I started my test. I took one of the guns of my collection and I designated that my official test gun. Okay? Now, this official test gun, I was not going to clean it. I was not going to load it. I was not going to do anything with it. I was going to sit it in its case, locked away, and just wait and see what happened. All right? So I did that, and I still haven't opened the case. So legally, I'm going to have to actually verify it for you, right here tonight on the show. I'm going to actually open up this case. It's right here, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to check, because we want to make sure the gun's still there. That it hasn't just fallen into evil hands and gone off on a murderous rampage on its own here. So hang on, let me just check. Yeah, see? Yeah, sure enough, there it is, right there. Yeah, no. I'm checking it right now for... no, there is officially no GSR or gunshot residue anywhere on the firearm. It has not been fired. I'm checking the fire pin here right now. And of course the clip is still here. It's not missing. It hasn't gone off somewhere and committed its own crimes. And it was empty anyway. So really it could just maybe jump off a building and fall on somebody's head, I suppose, to inflict an injury, but that would be about it. But nope, it's still here. So there we go. 2 years in my case, in my house. Now, granted, that was just one of them. Some of my other ones have seen a little more action. Some of you on Facebook that have me on the Facebook there, you've probably seen some videos and some photos. Kate and I go to the range fairly often now. And so we've got some nice photos there of some of the guns out there doing that thing. And, you know, that's good, because they do that thing. We enjoy going out target shooting. We enjoy having the weapons. We enjoy learning about them. Which, I got to say, most gun control nuts, they don't know a gun from a sack of crackers. I'm serious. We'll get to that in a minute here, too. But... yeah, no, so here we go. Tonight I've just kind of closed the case on my 2-year gun violence test, and I'm happy to report that the gun is still here, locked away in its case where it was put 2 years ago. So that leads me to one scientific conclusion, gang. Guns don't do shit. There you go. Take it for what it's worth, but they don't. Now, getting back into this video games and the evil rock music and oh, we're just immersed in so much violence today. Yeah, you know why we're immersed in so much violence? I hate to break it to you all, but ask yourself this question. Am I entertained when I watch the violence? Now, there's going to be a bunch of you out there say, no, absolutely not. I deplore violence in any sense. I don't even like to beat up my own snake because it feels good. Whatever your situation is, the masses are the ones that the media caters to, and the masses enjoy their violence. I remember back in the 70s, Dirty Harry. Huh? Clint Eastwood, huh? That big-ass 44 Magnum. Wow. That was awesome. You know, and I think I remember when I was a kid, I actually got a plastic toy of the 44 Magnum, because it was the most powerful handgun in the world. Yeah, and I had one of these, and I used to go out and play Cowboys and Indians with my friends. Geez, you know, whatever happened to Cowboys and Indians? Oh, that's not politically correct anymore. No, that's right. That's right, it's white people and Native Americans. Yes, come on, Joey, let's go play white people and Native Americans. Now, you see, they took all the fun out of that, didn't they? Damn it. Well, I submit that yes, while we are immersed in this world full of violence and explosions and Homeland and Walking Dead and on and on and on, sure. But you know what that does? I submit that desensitizes us. Thank you very much. I mean, come on. It's not the first time you've seen a zombie cut in half with a shotgun, is it? No. We need to wake up as a people, as a society, a unified society, as one, and reflect upon the fact and come to the realization that what we are talking about here is criminals, mental illness, drug abuse, alcoholism, and a complete and total failure in the home. Yeah, and I've said it before on a number of my Crash Talks, haven't I? I blame parents, don't I? I blame parents a lot for a lot of different shows. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the whole take on that. You know, I'm sorry, but, you know, it's in the video games, it's on the TV, hell, it's even on the radio. You know, I can go to a number of different sites right now and tune into a bunch of Y2K, are you ready? You know, everybody thinks the world's going to end on the 21st.